Hello.
Hello,
Yes, good evening, Harshit.
good evening.
Am I audible clearly?
Yes,
Is everything
I'm
fine?
yeah,
Then shall we proceed now towards our today's session?
yes, sir.
Okay. Today we are going to have sentence formation session. I'll give you words, suggest you words, and you will frame sentences around them. Okay. Just a minute. I'm showing you my screen. Yes. Is it visible?
Hmm.
The first word of our today's session is you read it. I'm not gonna read.
Mm, Apachid,
One more time.
Parchid,
It is perch. Perch. You can see
First.
pronunciation also I have mentioned because now we have to work on
Okay,
pronunciation as well, right? इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम हो आप हिंदी की तरफ भी देख सकते हो, राइट? पर्च,
okay.
पर्च।
First,
हम्म
first,
हम्म ट हमें
first,
थोड़ा सा साइलेंट है उच्चारण में, पर्च, पर्च, राइट?
perch,
हम्म पर्च। वन मोर टाइम, चार बार आप बोलो इसको एटलीस्ट।
perch, first, perch, perch,
Good. Now, the meaning of perch
perch.
is sitting or resting on something, usually at a height or edge, right? You can
Okay,
look at the Hindi meaning as well if you don't get it. Sitting, resting, settled, position, synonyms of it, okay? Examples:
okay.
the bird was perched on the branch, right?
Then on the branch,
Next example, he perched on the edge of the chair, right?
right.
Now your turn. Give me some sentences. Frame some sentence using it. First of all, if you want, you can read it one more time for better understanding and then frame sentences using this word.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah. One day I went to office
Hmm?
and I perched on the table
Hmm?
and I perch on the table. Yeah.
I perch on the table. Okay, good. One more. I,
Uh,
I perch
what?
on the edge of the table. On the edge of the table. Perch itself
Okay.
means sitting or
Sitting.
resting, right? कहीं पे बैठना, right?
Okay.
Right now I am perched on my chair. मैं अपने कुर्सी पे
Yeah.
बैठा हुआ हूँ, right? अगर मैं थोड़ा सा आगे खसक के बैठूं तो मैं इसके किनारे पे बैठ जाऊंगा. Then I will say,
Yeah. Right. Right.
right now I am perched on the edge of this chair, right?
Yeah. Right.
Your turn. Frame a sentence.
Uh, yeah. One day I went
Hmm?
from my car
Hmm?
to my friend house.
Hmm?
Then I told him that uh, you perch on my car.
Hmm. You perch on my car. Good. This sentence is good.
Mm.
Now look at its uses, right? When something or someone is sitting at a height or on an edge, right? For example,
Yeah.
a crow was perched on the wall. आप सेंटेंस को देखो, right? कहाँ पे कैसे यूज हो रहा है, ग्रामर को नहीं.
Yeah.
Whenever you have to talk about description, he was perched on a tall stool, right? आप बता रहे हो,
Mhm.
डिस्क्रिप्शन दे रहे हो, वो एक ऊंचे स्टूल के ऊपर बैठा हुआ था, right? Story telling,
Right.
whenever you are telling any story, a cat was perched on the roof, okay?
Okay.
One example, whatever you want, one more example give me, then we'll move to the next one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, the dog was perched on my bike.
The dog was perched on my bike, okay? Good
Yeah.
example and good sentence. Do you remember this word actually?
Yeah. Perched. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I also forget
Mm-hmm.
after some time.
This is the same vocabulary which you sent me, I think, 3 4 weeks before.
Vocabulary.
Yes,
Which vocabulary I think you?
this one which about we are discussing right now.
Okay, okay, okay.
Perch.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I write it
yes. Don't look at your
first. Yeah.
notebook. Don't look at your notebook now. Okay.
Yeah. See, actually, I read the book,
Mm-hmm.
then I write these words.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
But
Then. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I think that yeah, if I use this type of the complicated word,
Mm-hmm.
how I remember means, of course, I use sit. It is better, and yeah, and yeah, and anyone understand this
Mm-hmm.
word.
Mm-hmm.
But if I told first,
Mm-hmm.
then I think so means out of 100, only five will understand, and not even anyone. I think so. That then
Not.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then according to me,
Mm-hmm.
this word is useless to speak
Mm-hmm.
or to learn.
Not useless to speak. The reason behind reading and learning these vocabs to improve understanding, right? Let's
Yeah, right.
suppose you are in any meeting or you are in any event, you are at any event, right? That
Yeah,
time, if a good speaker comes on stage and you are a listener, you are an audience, right? How will you understand what he or she is trying to speak? If you are two out of, if you are one out of that 100 who doesn't understand the
yeah,
speech, entire speech, that speech would be more valuable to you, right? Because you got
yeah, right.
something from them. Definitely these words we are not going to use anywhere, but it is for your brain exercise, right?
Okay.
नेसेसरी मतलब भी आवश्यक होता है, एसेंशियल मतलब भी
Yeah,
आवश्यक होता है, राइट? पर्ज मतलब भी
yeah,
बैठना होता है और सिट मतलब भी बैठना होता है. We always
right.
have to use those words and sentences which even a 8-year old kid can also understand. हमें एडवांस की तरफ नहीं
Yeah,
बढ़ना है, बट वी शुड हैव कैपेबिलिटी टू यूज एडवांस वर्ड्स, राइट? लेट्स सपोज यू आर इन अ मीटिंग. देखो, बिजनेस इंग्लिश कुछ अलग से नहीं है, प्रोफेशनल इंग्लिश कुछ अलग से नहीं है, कन्वर्सेशनल
yeah,
इंग्लिश
right.
कुछ अलग से नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट द रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ सिनोनिम्स, राइट? आप
Yeah,
यहाँ पे
right.
देखो, सिनोनिम्स इसकी क्या है, कंप्लीटली सॉरी, इसके नहीं, फर्स्ट वाले को देखते हैं. सिटिंग, रेस्टिंग, सेटल्ड एंड पोजिशन, राइट?
Yeah,
तो
right.
अगर आप इसको नॉर्मल कन्वर्सेशन के हिसाब से देखो तो द बर्ड वॉज सिटिंग ऑन द ब्रांच, नॉर्मल
Yeah,
कन्वर्सेशन, राइट? और
yeah, right.
अब यहाँ पे अगर हमको थोड़ा सा प्रोफेशनल वे में जाना है तो एडवांस वर्ड हम लोग को यूज करना है, तो उसी को हम लोग रिप्लेस कर देंगे पर्च के साथ में, राइट? पर्च,
Yeah,
राइट?
right.
अब आप किसी ऐसे इन्वायरमेंट
But
में हो जहाँ पे सब लोग एक अच्छे बैकग्राउंड से बिलोंग करते हैं. लेट्स सपोज यू आर इन अ मीटिंग, राइट? मीटिंग में डेफिनेटली लोग अच्छे वर्ड्स का यूज करते हैं. यू माइट हैव नोटिस्ड इट, राइट?
yeah,
उस समय
right.
अगर आपको नहीं पता है पर्ज मतलब क्या होता है तो आप सोचोगे, सोचोगे मैं कैसे इसका मीनिंग जल्दी से एक्सट्रैक्ट करूं, बिकॉज दैट टाइम यू कैंट रेज योर हैंड एंड आस्क डायरेक्टली टू देम. इट बिकम्स
Yeah, right.
अनकंफर्टेबल, राइट? और ये अच्छा
Yeah,
हैबिट
right.
नहीं होता है. So for that, what we need to do, we should have more and more command, we should have more and more knowledge and awareness around vocabs. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
And at the same time you are doing exercise with your brain. इसका मतलब ये भी होता है, अच्छा इसका मतलब ये भी होता है, right? Let's move on to the next one. This one is utterly, right? Utterly,
Yeah, utterly,
utterly, utterly,
utterly,
right?
completely, total,
Hmm.
completely, totally.
Hmm. अब देखो,
Yeah,
यहाँ पे हम लोग एक वर्ड है हमारा एब्सोल्युटली. जैसे आप कुछ पॉइंट बोलते हो तो मैं समटाइम्स बोलता हूँ आई एब्सोल्युटली अग्री योर पॉइंट विच यू
yeah, right.
मेंशन्ड हियर. अब उसको हम लोग एब्सोल्युटली को रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं अटरली के साथ में टू
Utterly.
साउंड मोर एडवांस, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई अटरली कंसिडर योर एडवाइस. मैं पूरी तरह से आपके एडवाइस को कंसिडर करता हूँ, राइट? The
Right.
same thing. Now, where and when can we use it? When you want to strongly emphasize something, 100% feeling or opinion, right? That time you
Okay.
can use. For feelings, I'm utterly exhausted. For example, you came from your office
Utterly.
today few minutes before and you joined the session. You are not in mood to speak more, you are not in mood to attend today's session. But somehow you joined the session and you say to me, Ayush, today I am utterly exhausted, I am unable to attend today's session, right? और
yeah,
आप उसके बाद लाइन ऐड कर सकते हो, गिव मी समथिंग इजी टू डू इन टूडेज सेशन. Why? Because I'm exhausted. Utterly. I'm completely
yeah,
exhausted. Right? I hope you are getting my point, what I'm trying to make here. Your turn. Frame a sentence
yeah,
using it.
exactly. Yeah. One day I went to the water park with
Mm-hmm.
my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then after that, I was totally, utterly
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the evening, my friends called me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I told him that I am totally, utterly
Mm-hmm.
because I went to the water park.
Yes. Good sentence. Good understanding. One more sentence using the same word, utterly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Wait, yeah. See, utterly means only exhausted, or it is also means completely.
नहीं नहीं,
Of course,
एग्जॉस्टेड
both.
मीन्स मैं थका हुआ. हिंदी मीनिंग एग्जैक्ट आई एम नॉट गेटिंग. जैसे
Right.
मान लो आप बहुत ज्यादा थके हुए हो, आप
Yeah, right, right.
फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो. एग्जॉस्टेड
Mm,
इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू मच टायर्डनेस एंड फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. आप एग्जॉस्टेड कब फील करते हो? मान लो आप अपने वर्क प्लेस पे हो, आपके ऊपर काम पे काम थोपा जा रहा है, एक टाइम के बाद
yeah,
आप एग्जॉस्टेड फील करोगे. समटाइम्स हम लोग बोलते हैं
right.
ना, या फिर आप सेंटेंस सुने होगे, कहते हैं कि आई वॉज फीलिंग एग्जॉस्टेड लास्ट मंथ, दैट्स वाई आई टुक 2 weeks ऑफ ब्रेक. मैं काफी अंडर
Yeah,
प्रेशर
right.
फील कर रहा था, काफी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड फील कर रहा था, काफी थका हुआ महसूस कर रहा था. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आई टुक 2 weeks ऑफ लीव और हॉलीडे. तो देखो, utterly means completely or totally. Synonyms: completely, totally, absolutely, entirely, right? और
Yeah,
ये एग्जॉस्टेड तो केवल एक एग्जांपल था. यू कैन सी अनदर एग्जांपल्स एज वेल. ओपिनियन के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हो, रिएक्शन के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हो. जैसे दिस मूवी इज अटरली अमेजिंग. नाउ डेज धुरंधर मूवी इज इन ट्रेंड, राइट? सपोज यू वेंट टू वॉच दैट मूवी यस्टरडे. आप कल उस मूवी को देखने के लिए गए थे. यू केम एंड आई आस्क्ड यू, हर्षित, हाउ वाज द मूवी? आप बोलते हो दैट मूवी वॉज अटरली इंटरेस्टिंग, राइट?
yeah.
इंटरेस्टिंग, और कुछ भी जो आपको, जो जैसा इमोशन है आपका, जो आप एक्सप्रेस करना चाहते हो. अटरली मीन्स कंप्लीटली, सिंपल, सॉर्टेड, राइट?
Okay.
And one more thing,
Means
reaction. For reaction as well, you can use that behavior is utterly unacceptable. जो आपका
okay.
बिहेवियर है वो
It is
completely
completely unacceptable.
unacceptable है, right? My
Yeah,
boss
right.
behavior is utterly unacceptable, right?
Yeah, right.
Let's suppose you are saying something to your brother. The mistake which you made today is utterly unacceptable, right?
Yeah,
Is or
right.
is not acceptable. Utterly means
Yeah.
completely. Okay. Frame a
Okay.
sentence.
Yeah. So one day I went from a cab to somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and the cab driver was so rude to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Then his behavior was so utterly
Mm-hmm.
unacceptable
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Mm-hmm. सो यूज नहीं करना है. सो मतलब भी बहुत होता है और इसलिए भी होता है.
Okay,
ओके.
okay, okay.
वन मोर यूजिंग द सेम वर्ड, अटरली.
Utterly, yeah. Uh, One day I went to the office, uh, and my junior was absent on that day. Then I told him that why you, yeah. Then I called him and and asked him that why you absent today. Uh, you have to submit a important assignment or a project today to me. This behavior is totally utterly to you, for me. uh, and this is not acceptable
हम्म.
from my end.
ओके.
Yeah.
टोटली अटरली नहीं, दोनों में से एक यूज करेंगे केवल, ठीक है.
Okay.
हम्म.
Utterly true. Yeah.
इट इज फॉर कॉन्शियसनेस एंड अवेयरनेस ओनली. टोटली भी सही है, देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन दैट,
Yeah.
दैट
Right.
इज एक्सेप्टेबल, राइट. बट वेन वी
Yeah.
आर
Right. Right.
टॉकिंग अबाउट वन पर्टिकुलर vocabulary, we need to train our mind in a way we can use the right word at the right time. जैसे आप एक कन्वर्सेशन में हो, अब आपको अचानक से आपके सेंटेंस में चेंजेस लाने हैं. इफ यू आर नॉट aware about that word completely, how will you make the change, right? आप बैठे हो किसी के सामने, वो एडवांस वर्ड पे एडवांस वर्ड यूज किए जा रहा है, आप समझ रहे हो, पर आप बेसिक कन्वर्सेशन कर रहे हो अभी भी. नाउ इट इज द टाइम when you need to change your sentence formation, right? Because it is the complete game of sentence
Yeah.
formation.
Right.
If you have good command over your sentence formation, if you can frame accurate sentences, you can change the vocabulary, right? What is vocabulary?
Yeah.
Vocabulary is a kind of verb or the things or the action which are happening right now, right?
Yeah. Right.
ओके. क्योंकि मैं टोटली डिसअग्री करता हूँ इस चीज को, टोटली डिसअग्री करता हूँ इस चीज को. टोटली क्या हो गया यहाँ पे, हमारा वर्ब हो गया ना, क्योंकि मैं टोटली डिसअग्री कर रहा हूँ इस चीज को. ओके. एक
Yeah.
स्मॉल सा करेक्शन. वाई you absent, this is exactly what you said. What is the correct sentence of this?
Why you absent? Okay.
Why you absent
Uh,
today? आपने अपने कलीग को कॉल किया और बोला तुम आज absent क्यों हो. आपने उसी के लिए एक सेंटेंस फ्रेम किया था, why you absent.
okay.
hmm.
Then then why are you absent today?
Is it correct?
Yeah, it is correct
Why?
because I use a word are.
hmm.
Means the first we use word are before you when we form a sentence.
Whenever we ask question in present time, that time most of the
Okay.
time we use are, right?
Okay.
तुम
Yeah.
कहाँ हो, where are you, right? तुम क्यों
Yeah.
नहीं आए, why did not you, sorry, this is the another sentence. तुम absent क्यों हो, why are you absent, right? तुम
Yeah.
absent क्यों हो, तुम कहाँ हो, right? तुम कहाँ जा
Where
रहे
are
हो. For
you?
these kind of
Yeah.
sentences we always use are. Good.
Yeah.
Next, rest of the sentence was good. Next word is ridiculous.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Look at the pronunciation. First of all, pronounce it correctly.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Y silent है यहाँ पे.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, right?
Ridiculous.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Very silly or unreasonable. Silly, absurd, foolish, laughable, right? That excuse is ridiculous. वो बहाना.
Ridiculous.
हिंदी ज्यादा हो गई है. He made a
Yeah.
ridiculous mistake. उसने बहुत बेवकूफ़ी भरी गलती की, right? Ridiculous
Yeah.
means very silly, right?
Yeah. Or
बेवकूफ या
unreasonable.
something like
Yeah.
that, right? Now look at where we can use it. When something is illogical, silly, or too extreme to accept, that time we use the word ridiculous. For example, price or cost. This price is ridiculous, right? Whenever we go to any street shop, that time while bargaining we can use this word, or we say this price is unreasonable or this price is ridiculous, you are charging too much, right? You are charging too much, something like this. Next is ideas. Your plan sounds ridiculous, unreasonable, right? For example, आप कोई प्लान बना रहे हो with your friends, you're making any plan with your friends, और उसमें से कोई एक पॉइंट रखता है जो वैलिड नहीं है, अनरीजनेबल है, दैट टाइम यू कैन यूज द वर्ड ridiculous, right? This
Yeah.
point is ridiculous. I hope you are getting my point. Next
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
situation as well. It's ridiculous to wait for hours, right? Can you frame sentences now?
Yeah.
Okay, go for the sentence formation. Frame a sentence.
Yeah. One day I went to the office
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, yeah, and I did a small ridiculous mistake.
Mm-hmm.
while doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at that time I had not identified properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. After some time when I went to the manager cabin, I identified these mistake
Mm-hmm.
and corrected on
Mm-hmm.
time.
Perfect. Good sentence. Small correction only. Ridiculous itself contains the meaning of small.
Yeah, 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 right,
सिली
right,
मतलब भी छोटा सा होता है, राइट?
right,
अवॉइड
right.
सिली मिस्टेक्स, आपने कहीं ना कहीं जरूर सुना होगा,
Yeah,
राइट?
right.
या हो सकता है किसी इंग्लिश कंटेंट में ही आपने सुना होगा, अवॉइड
Yeah, yeah,
दीज सिली
ridiculous.
मिस्टेक्स. और इफ यू आर conscious about your life, avoid these silly mistakes, avoid these silly habits, right? Silly means
Yeah,
अति सूक्ष्म, और हिंदी में कहते हैं हम लोग छोटा, राइट? अति सूक्ष्म
yeah,
ज्यादा हो गया, वो थोड़ा साइंस वाला लैंग्वेज, राइट? Forget that. Ridiculous itself means minor things or unreasonable, unvalid points, right? One more sentence using
yeah,
the
right.
same word, ridiculous.
Yeah. So so another day means one day I went to the client office
Mm, yeah.
and and I asked him a question
Mm-hmm.
and and I expect a proper answer from them.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave a ridiculous answer to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
So I angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and told to my manager that he gave he gave ridiculous answers to me.
गुड. एंग्री के पहले हमेशा आप गॉट या बिकेम लगाते हो, बिकम या
I got
गेट.
angry. I
या
became angry. Yeah, right.
आई बिकेम एंग्री और आई गॉट एंग्री. अब इट डिपेंड्स
Yeah,
ऑन द सिचुएशन, इट्स हैपनिंग इन पास्ट, इट्स हैपनिंग राइट नाउ, और इट विल हैपन इन फ्यूचर, राइट? इफ यू
future.
मेक दिस
Yeah,
मिस्टेक, आई विल बिकम एंग्री ऑन यू, आई विल गेट एंग्री ऑन यू, right?
yeah,
Either
right.
of them you will use, it depends on you which one you want to use. Okay, good. Rest of the sentence were absolutely correct. One more sentence using the same word, ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Hmm.
Mm, yeah. One day yeah, one day I tried to uh, uh, make a cup of the tea.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then yeah. Then by yeah yeah. Then I put salt instead of the sugar in it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then I gave the tea to my friend.
Mhm.
Then he told me that you did a ridiculous mistake
Mhm.
while making your tea.
Good, very good sentence.
Yeah.
Repeat your entire sentence one more time in flow. Flow is missing there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Then yeah, one day I try to made a cup of the tea
Mhm.
for my friends.
Mhm.
Then I mistakenly put the I mistakenly put salt instead of the sugar in it.
Mhm.
Then then I serve the tea to my friend. Then he told me that you made a ridiculous
Mhm.
mistake while making tea.
Hmm. Okay, good. This time it was better than previous one. हर जब हम लोग खाना बना रहे होते हैं तो हम लोग पुट नहीं करते हैं. We don't put anything.
Four, four.
Either we pour or what we
Yeah,
do. Have you ever read the instructions which are mentioned backside of the wrapper of any product? You can take Maggi packet, you can take any soup packet, you can take any masala packet.
yeah. I read.
Mm-hmm.
Means I read,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. Means I could not.
Mm-hmm.
put my effort while reading.
No problem. It happens to everyone. I just remember that's why I was
Mm.
giving you this example. If you look at the instructions, preparation instructions or cooking instructions, you will always find there's a word which is add. Add
And
1
yeah,
liter
right,
of water,
right,
right? So
right, right,
instead
right.
of adding sugar, I added salt in that, right?
Yeah, right.
पोर हम लोग यूज करते हैं लिक्विड चीजों के लिए. आई पोर्ड 1 glass of water. I poured 1 liters of milk. Something like this. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Let's move to the next word, which is what is that? Yes, vaguely.
Vaguely,
Vaguely.
vaguely, not clear, slightly.
Is it not clear?
No, no, I read the meaning
Okay,
in
okay.
English.
It's vaguely
Vaguely,
or vaguely, whatever you want to say. Both are correct. Okay. Vaguely,
yeah,
not
vaguely,
clear. Okay, unclear, faintly, slightly, indistinctly. Okay. It's
yeah,
little complicated to remember all the time, but yeah, for sentence formation, do it. You can look at its uses as well, where we can use, where to use. When something is not clear in your memory, understanding, or explanation, that time we can use the word vaguely, right? For example, I
yeah,
vaguely remember that place, right? Means hardly remember, means I don't remember that place clearly. Explanation, he
yeah,
vaguely answered my questions. Understanding, I vaguely understand this topic, right? For example, whenever somebody tells you something, or whenever any of your colleague explains you something, if you don't understand things properly at that time, you say I did not understand it clearly, right? I